Hi, I'm John with the Treasure Finding Rods Company, and today I'm going to be talking about a very, very important accessory device that my company sells that will help you pinpoint your targets faster and eliminate the ghost residuals in record time that I talked about in a previous chapter, using your body's energy field, your body's bioenergy field with the brass locator rods. Some people have trouble because their body's energy field is not strong enough, or they have trouble grounding. So this is the reason that I developed this accessory box that's working with 9 volts of battery power. I can show you real quick. You can see it's working with 9 volts of battery. This accessory box is very, very important for you to have if you're encountering ghost residual signals and if you're having trouble just with your body's energy field using the brass rods to make the residuals go away, then I strongly recommend that you get this accessory. This accessory box, it's called the TFR GE, and the GE stands for a Ghost Eliminator, but it also works as a pinpointer. So you can see there it says pinpointer and it says eliminator. So I'm going to give some demonstrations here today on how you would speed up your pinpointing after you've located a target with one of your TFR rods. You just would wear this around your neck. It has a rope here. You can it's comfortable. You can just put it on your neck. It's very lightweight. So once you've located a target with your TFR rod, you won't have to spend a bunch of extra time trying to pinpoint your target with this accessory, this box, because it has a pinpointer already built in. So you would just turn this switch on where it says pinpointer, and you would use this in conjunction with the brass 14-inch locator rods. And once you're over the target, exactly over the target, even from about 25 feet away, the rods will keep guiding you to the precise target. And the big advantage is, once you turn on this box, the output frequencies of this box, once you have that switch on, interrupt any other frequencies in the area and will only allow the brass locator rods to cross on gold and silver only. So that will eliminate any probabilities or any chances of hitting any junk metals that might be in the area. Now keep in mind, the TFR rods do not hit junk, but the problem is, especially in areas where there's a lot of people and a lot of traffic, parks, beaches, stuff like that, areas like that, you're going to be hitting junk every 5 feet. So if you're using just the brass rods by themselves without this device, you could be getting the rods could be crossing on a piece of junk metal that is in the same vicinity of the actual target that the TFR rod is picking up on. So with this device, this accessory, you're not going to have to worry about hitting any of these junk metals, or even like iron deposits that might be there. You could get a signal. You get a signal with the TFR rod to gold or silver or another precious metal, and right nearby there could be a little piece of iron. There could be a little nail or something. So when you take the brass rods to do your ghost test without this device, keep in mind that those rods will cross on any metal. So if you have this TFR GE around your neck and you just flip on this switch, just like that, then you won't have to worry about any other types of metals in the ground near where you get the signal to the good target that you're looking for. Because once this switch is on, as I mentioned, the brass rods will only cross on gold and silver. This will interrupt all other frequencies. So you will be able to pinpoint your targets very, very fast with this device. And then, so once you've pinpointed them, then you will proceed to flip this switch, the eliminator, the ghost eliminator. You would flip this switch on, just like that. And what this is doing is, it is eliminating, it's pushing out 9 volts with special encoded frequencies that will erase, burn up that ghost residual much, much faster than you can with your body's energy field. And these are the big advantages of using this accessory device with the eliminator and with the pinpointer. So I'm going to go ahead and give some demonstrations on how you would pinpoint your targets and how you would use the eliminator to erase your ghost signals. If you find a target and you're not sure if it's a ghost or not, before you start digging a huge hole, you want to use this device and you want to do the ghost test and make absolutely sure that it's not a residual. And as I explained in the previous demonstration video, that you could do all your research, you could have found out all the information about a treasure and you're pretty sure you found it, and you could very well be in the exact spot where that treasure used to be, but doesn't mean it's still there. Somebody could have pulled it out of the ground way, way before you got there, and it's leaving that residual imprint that is fooling the rods and the locators. Unfortunately, there is no long-range locator in the world that can bypass and ignore the ghost residual signals. These ghost signals are so strong and so powerful that they even fool ground penetrating locators. The GPRs, the ground penetrating radars, even some of the most expensive ones running into the $20 to $30 to $40,000 range can be fooled by these ghost residuals, because the ghost residual is part of that magnetic imprint, that magnetic field that the metal detectors are reading. It's intertwined. It's part of that matrix. So with this handy little device, which is relatively inexpensive, you wouldn't even need a GPR, to be honest with you, because this thing is pretty much foolproof. If you can get rid of it with this ghost eliminator, if you can get rid of the signal, then you'll know it's a ghost. It's not even worth the trouble of digging the hole. And that's a huge, huge advantage to have, because you could spend days, hours, digging a hole only to find out there's nothing there. With this electronic device that my company just completed and finalized, you will know. You will know for sure. You just have to learn the simple methods on how to use the brass locator rods that I demonstrated in the previous ghost residual video with this device, and I'm going to demonstrate that here again today, if weather permitting. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate now how you would use your brass rods with the TFR GE target pinpointer and ghost eliminator. So you would wear it around your neck and keep it just about this height on your chest. So you've got your target, you've got the diameter down within 6 feet with your TFR rod. So you're going to set your TFR rod down. You're gonna have this around your neck, as I mentioned before. So now we're gonna do the pinpointing, And even if you're a little off of the target, the brass rods, as long as this little box is switched on, the brass rods the locator rods here will guide you to the target, even from 25 feet away or more. So you turn, okay, so let's do the pinpointing. You turn on the switch, it says pinpointer. Just like that. You hear that sound, that's that output frequency tone. It's not necessary, but if you want, especially when you're doing the ghost eliminating, I would recommend that you extend this antenna up a little bit, because that'll help drive the signal stronger into the ground. Okay, so we've got the antenna up a little bit. So now you're just going to take your brass rods and you're going to allow them to guide you right to where the target is. See, they'll turn. Once you get close to the target, they will turn right to where it is, and once you're over the target, they'll crisscross. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how you would eliminate the ghost, test and see if it's a ghost signal, and eliminate it with the TFR ghost eliminator. So you are just going to flip the switch that says eliminator, and once you turn on that switch, you're going to hold the rods crossed right over the target, just like that. And you're going to wait until, I'll stand at this angle so you can see me a little better. You're going to wait until the rods uncross. If it's a ghost residual, within a minute or two, most targets, depending on how strong the ghost is, but most targets will burn away and erase. But sometimes it could take longer. Keep in mind, you might have to do this several times before the ghost is completely erased. I'm using a sample rock here from a hard rock mine that has a ghost residual energies of gold in it. There's no gold in the rock. It's the same type of rock that I used in the previous ghost demonstration video, but it has that ghost residual energy imprint in it. So you're just going to keep the rods crossed over your target, and if you stand here for more than 15 to 25 minutes and the rods are not uncrossing, then it's a pretty good chance that it's not a ghost. But as you're going to see here, most ghosts with the ghost eliminator box on and that 9 volts of power aligning to that frequency, most ghosts will begin to erase within a minute or two. Now there you can see that the rods are starting to open. You see that? When the rods open like that, that means that you are erasing that signal. You're burning that charge up. Now, then you would step back and you would see if they would cross again. Okay, if they cross again after you step back, that means that you haven't gotten rid of the ghost completely. So you're going to do it again. Now there it goes. Now it's erasing. Okay, so you're going to try one more time. All right, the rods aren't crossing. That means I've gotten rid of the ghost. That's simple. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your TFR rod, you're going to check the signal again, and you will see that the signal is gone. If by some chance there's still a little bit of that signal left, you're going to turn your Ghost Eliminator box back on. You're going to do the test again until you completely erase it. You will know it's completely gone if the rods will not cross anymore with the locator rods, and if the TFR rod does not give you any signal. So you just saved yourself hours of unnecessary digging because you have proven that it is a ghost residual signal. Because a real target will not, you could stand here for hours on a real target, the rods will remain crossed, they won't open.